What up, friendos? If you woke up today and thought, how's Web3 doing? I'm here to give you the lowdown. It's going just great. So, Blueberry Protocol narrowly avoids $1.3 million hack. That's small fry. That's a handful of blueberries in the world of cryptocurrency hacks. Blueberry DeFi, decentralized finance leverage project, had a bug in their lending contract where improper decimal handling allowed for an exploit. An attacker tried to exploit the vulnerability, but was front-run by CoffeeBabe.eth, a well-known MEV bot operator, and White Hat, who was in the past been able to front-run other exploits and return the funds to the projects. Wow, congratulations. Doing the job of the people whose job it is to safeguard your money. Because I know some of these words people, don't often engage with. What is decentralized finance? Well, it's finance that is decentralized. I know, Kira, you're talking crazy. Who would have guessed, right? Basically what it is, it's finance in your hands and in the hands of these people that are, maintaining code, as opposed to traditional finance, which is in the hands of the banks. And you're going to say, well, I don't really trust banks. And I'm going to say, yeah, you really shouldn't typically, but they are insured, which does mean if something does go wrong, and it is less frequently that it does, you will probably get your money back. Whereas if you're trusting your money to Blueberry Protocol that has to be saved by CoffeeBabe.eth, congratulations, by the way, you're doing a fantastic job actually helping these companies. You're probably misplacing your trust, as we've seen with the millions of hacks that have happened and the many billions of dollars that have been lost in hacks that have not been front-run by somebody who's actually doing good. So about 457.7 ETH was drained from the project, but 366.6 of that was able to be returned. The remaining 91 was lost to validator payment. So there is still victims here. There's $265,000 that's been lost to validator payments. They then paused their protocol as they investigated the hack and stated that they, quote, aim for a full repayment to users as the goal. Congratulations. Hopefully you can do that. But I'm just going to say nobody should ever trust you again. And you know what else you shouldn't trust? Deez nuts. And this is going somewhere. Deez nuts 404 hacked for $170,000. Now, obviously, cryptocurrency is going up at the moment, and everyone's running around on Twitter, on X, as it's now called, giving each other hand jobs. Just, we've made it, wag me, we're all going to make it, because we've held and we've hodled and cryptocurrency is going great. And that means money's going to keep flowing in, projects are going to keep popping up. But then you realize that people are trusting a company called Deez Nuts 404 to the point where they have $170,000 to be hacked, let alone it then being hacked. I think ignore the hack, focus on people have trusted something called Deez Nuts 404 enough to give it $170,000 to have in the first place. And therein lies the problem with this whole thing. So let's read what Molly has to say on this one. I might otherwise skip over news of $170,000 hack. Yeah, this is small stuff. Given how commonly thefts of that scale happen in the crypto world, yeah, you don't even hear about most of these because there are so many. It's like a multi-daily occurrence that hundreds of thousands of dollars just goes missing. Who's taking the money? No one will ever know. Sometimes North Korea, sometimes other people. But with a name like this, come on. One thing that keeps me from ever trying to get a hand at a crypto project hacker is that if I made $170,000 from exploiting a project called Deez Nuts 404, I would immediately be caught because I wouldn't be able to resist telling everyone I know that I just made enough money to not have to work for a couple of years by exploiting Deez Nuts. True. Very true. Anyway, there was a bug in their code that allowed an attacker to mint infinite tokens and steal around 58.65 Ethereum. You know what I saw as well earlier today? I woke up and I was scrolling Twitter. You know that guy, Bitboy Crypto, the weirdo that he is, that has just been embroiled in so much drama and just random nonsense. I think the first time I heard about Bitboy was when he was just shilling a bunch of, dog shit tokens because he'd make money from doing it. And then he said he was going to clear up his act. And then I saw a video of him screaming in a woman's face, calling her a murderer and a pedophile because she said he'd shilled crypto tokens that made people lose money, and his response as an adult man was to scream that she was a murderer and stuff in a room full of people on a microphone. So, pretty unhinged guy. But then he got caught cheating on his wife. It got discovered he had like substance abuse problems with some cocaine and stuff like that. And then he lost his business because the people around him kicked him out of his business because he was having the affair with one of the other people they were working with or something. It was like a whole convoluted mess. There was also the time he threatened to sue and actually filed legal papers against a smaller content creator because they, said mean words about him that are true, by the way, and then basically gave up on the lawsuit because the other guy got funding from the cryptocurrency community and they were backing him. And obviously the only reason he wanted to have the lawsuit in the first place is because he knew the guy wouldn't have money to fight back, and then he'd just win by default. The guy's just he's a wrong-un, as we'd say where I'm from. He's a wrong-un. He's not a nice guy. It popped up on my Twitter earlier that he was fighting some other like influencer person in like a UFC fight, not in the actual UFC, in like an MMA fight, and he won. And it's just like, who's called for that? Who's watching that? What a joke world we live in. From disgraced cryptocurrency person who tries to bully smaller creators and is just generally not a nice guy, to all those things, plus now just fighting people randomly and just with a bunch of fucking crypto degenerates huddled around like, yeah, go Bitboy, I'm like, fuck this world. So Axie Infinity co-founder suffers $9.5 million loss after wallet compromise. If you don't know, Axie Infinity is responsible for one of the biggest hacks ever perpetrated in cryptocurrency. I believe it was like it was over $500 million with a B, over $500 million that was stolen from Ronin Bridge, which is I always want to try and explain because I don't know how many people like know about anything related to crypto that watch these videos and want some information and not just me, talking shit about crypto. But basically, the way that Axie Infinity was set up is that you were using Ethereum essentially to buy stuff, but you really weren't. So the way that it worked was basically you think of it like a casino. This is the easiest way I've ever found to explain it. You go in with one currency, US dollars, and you say, I'm going to play, some games or whatever, and they give you chips, and then they hold the USD in a vault, and then when you want to cash out, you go back and you get you give them the chips, and they give you the representative value back in USD. The reason they did this is because the fees to play the game would be super high if you were doing it with Ethereum. So instead, they basically took your Ethereum, said, we're going to hold this, and we're going to give you a token that represents it, and then you can trade with lower fees. And then obviously, at whatever point, you can then stop playing the game or go cash out your money and get it back in the real big currency that everyone wants to hold. So this bridge, aka them, the dealer, the house, they were holding over $650 million worth of people's money. And then it was hacked. And who was it hacked by? North Korean operatives. Like, this is a real story. This is not some kind of fucking crime novel or a movie and James Bond's going to come in a minute and get a martini. This really happened. North Korean operatives, over the years, they were previously like hacking South Korean governments and DDoSing websites across America and things like that. They've essentially decided that to fund their country and fund, further things like this, they would just steal money from cryptocurrency. Business has been booming. They've stolen billions of dollars over the last few years. And it's always a question when a big hack's pulled off, is it North Korea? And more often than not, you'll find, yes, it is. So basically, that's what happened. They stole $650 million. And ever since then, I don't know how much they've siphoned off and managed to get through websites like Tornado Cash, which was essentially money laundering cash is what it should have been called. Something that the US government eventually tried to shut down and arrested people involved, I'm fairly sure. But basically, that's Axie Infinity. They're, responsible for, and still somehow have jobs, responsible for one of the largest hacks in cryptocurrency history. So Jeff Gehoz Zerlin, a co-founder of Axie Infinity blockchain game, lost around $9.5 million as 2 of his crypto wallets were compromised. Must be nice to be in cryptocurrency. I wish I just had $9.5 million laying around to have stolen potentially. I'll hold it for you, mate. If any of you crypto people out there have, millions of dollars sitting around, you don't know what to do with it, and you're just going to leave it in a wallet for somebody to steal, just give it me. I'll take it. I'll take the donation. The thief stole 3,248 Ethereum to $9.5 million, which they quickly laundered with the Tornado Cash cryptocurrency mixer. So yeah, I not even looked into it recently. I know there was questions of, oh, is Tornado Cash going to be shut down? It's decentralized. You can't. It's operating. It's forever going to be operating at this point, I think. And basically, it's always going to be used for money laundering. That's just how it is. That's why the US government don't like it. Because obviously they want to see where money's going. They want to see if you're funding some, terror or whatever else it's going to be, or the obvious fact that people just aren't paying taxes when they're using it. So some were briefly concerned that Axie Infinity's Ronin bridge had been hacked again since the funds moved out of the bridge. Jihaz and others were quick to emphasize that the bridge had not been affected and it was simply a personal wallet compromise. So don't worry, guys. I do love, they do this all the time. Don't worry, guys. Have faith in us. Your money's safe. It was just me who's responsible for the safety of your money who got hacked. So if you look at the imperative of humans, either he has so much money he doesn't care if somebody, it's like losing $1 in your couch cushion or whatever. He has so much money that he doesn't care. $9.5 million is unsecure, and he's not treating his own finances with the utmost security and prudence. Or there's questions of competence here, because when somebody tells me, oh, don't worry, your money's safe, it was just my money who I probably am going to safeguard more than your money that was stolen, I'm going to go, yeah, I don't trust you with my money anymore, do I? You're not trustworthy if you're going to let your money be stolen. But hey, maybe I'm just the cynical one. Maybe everyone else is like, yeah, it's fine, it's just $9.5 million. Of course he's going to treat my money better. So influencer Crypto Rover accused of pump and dump and other shady behavior. Nah, mate, I don't believe it. I don't believe a crypto influencer. Put those two words together. You already have influencers that are some of the worst fucking humans on the planet. Not literally, but, they're up there in the group. If you could pick groups of people, I'd put influencer fairly high of people that are just generally, if you use that tag for yourself, probably not going to get along with you all too well. But put those two together, crypto influencer. You're not going to convince me. I refuse to believe that somebody that's a crypto influencer is doing any kind of pump and dump or shady behavior. I've never seen it before. That's obviously all sarcasm, by the way, for people who don't get it. Crypto influencer shady behavior is like it's like butter and toast. It just goes together so well. So a popular cryptocurrency influencer known as Crypto Rover has been accused by blockchain sleuth Zach XBT of shady behavior. If it comes from Zach, you're guilty already. It is what it is. If there's someone I trust to have done the due diligence to not just throw out random accusations, it's going to be Zach XBT on Twitter, the best Twitter account to follow for cryptocurrency related research and seeing who's been hacked, who's been stealing, who's just been a shady piece of shit in the cryptocurrency world, which, spoiler alert, is pretty much everybody. Just, it is what it is. So apparently this included accepting promotional payments from crypto projects and then not following through on his end of the deal, dumping tokens after promising followers he would hold, and secretly purchasing tokens for meme coin projects before pumping the price by posting about them. Is that not illegal? I'm fairly sure that's a crime, right? Obviously almost never does anything come of this and does anything happen to anybody. Because it's just cryptocurrency. Like, you just see people break the law all the time, commit fraud, steal from people, whatever it's going to be. And then you come back a year later and they're just still sat there doing it. Or maybe they've changed their ways now and they're rich and influential and whatever else. But they shouldn't be, because they came from doing that and now they get to make money the legit way, and probably more than most people will see in their lifetime. And they only got there because they committed crimes and defrauded people and did this to people who gave them a platform to be relevant and earn good money in the first place. And they were just so greedy that instead of just earning money passively over time by being privileged with that position, they instead fucked their audience to make as much as they could and then just, move on. And you see a bunch of these accounts nowadays that people now think are legit and cool and follow them, and that's where they came from. It's kind of sad. So Zach XBT outlined various instances, including how Crypto Rover purchased Stoned Pepe, fucking grow up, tokens before posting to his hundreds of thousands of followers that he thought the token would do at least a 10x. Yeah, for you. Yeah, they probably would for you. And claiming that he had inside info on the project. Yeah, inside info that you'd bought it. He also detailed how Rover had taken a $10,000 payment and 1% of the supply of a new token, that he promised to promote, then never promoted, despite promising the team that he would, quote, pump projects from 1/2 mil to 10 mil easy. After Zach published his research, Rover deleted his Telegram channel. Yeah, that'll help. Everyone will forget. Just give it a year. Just give it a year and then start posting on Instagram with your Lambos and your, extravagant mansions and the supermodels and whatever else, and flying on private jets and your, APs and your really expensive watches. And everyone will just forget and they'll say, oh, how did you make so much money? And you'll start selling a course and people will buy it. And then you'll just make loads of money from people not understanding that you're a liar. And the only reason you made money was because you're a liar and a thief. That's just a natural order of things. It's just how it goes. Sometimes make me wonder, why am I being shackled and held back by these chains of morality and ethics? Over $55 million taken from defunct AAX crypto exchange. Hong Kong-based AAX cryptocurrency exchange suspended withdrawals in November 2022, only days after the FTX collapse and related chaos in the cryptocurrency world. Just another domino to fall. They claimed that user funds were safe. Really trusting those claims, but the exchange never restored service. A month later, police arrested 2 of the company's executives. Who'd have thought? Cryptocurrency executives and being arrested. Name a more iconic duo. Now, over a year later, the Sivers blockchain security firm has observed more than 24,000 ETH, 55.6 million, has been moved from wallets used by the platform. Although there could be innocuous explanations for money moving off a defunct platform, whoever was moving the funds used various decentralized services to launder the money, appearing to be trying to make it more difficult to trace. Yeah, if there was a real reason for doing it and not this money's being stolen right now, it would just move very simply from point A to point B, or maybe A, B, C. It wouldn't be doing anything to launder the money. If you look at something and it appears to be being laundered, it's because there's crime involved. It just is. So I think we'll leave it there. That's a couple bangers. Web3 is going just great. Just go visit the website, bookmark it, check it. Fantastic resource for all this type of stuff. Really fun to follow, really well maintained, and check out Molly's work as well on other things. She has a newsletter which you should absolutely sign up to. You get this. You don't get spammed with it. It's actually really good to read. She does great work. And yeah, if you enjoy the videos, like, comment, subscribe. Links in video description for stuff you can buy, like gamer subs. You can buy this. You get things like this, Anime Girl Thigh. It's a powder. You put it in water, you mix it, you drink it. And you can do so with a discount. With the link in the video description, you get money off. I get a kickback, win-win for everybody. And if you enjoy other videos, check my other 2 channels. One's about Magic the Gathering. One's about anything, apparently everything, true crime, crypto crime, MMORPGs, games, influencers behaving badly, whatever it is. And yeah, thanks for watching as always. Suggest some content. What do you want to see from the channel? And I'll see you next time, hopefully. Peace.